Week 7, and we are down to the last battle of the qualifiers. This is the Gfinity Arena, this is the Elite Series, and this, my friends, is Street Fighter V. Welcome along to the Gfinity Arena, where we are live for the last bout of the day. Now, there has been some intense Street Fighter action so far this evening, with some pretty prized places up for grabs in the playoffs. This is what's been happening at the start of the evening.
The race for the Gfinity Elite Series playoffs is hotting up. Two teams, Excel and Infuse, have already confirmed a place in the top 4.
Excel clear at the top with 16 points.
Team Infuse have got the playoff spot.
4 teams remain in contention for the final 2 spots. But who will prevail? And who will fall agonizingly short? For reason and method, the journey has already come to an end. Envious start the weekend in 6th place and will hope to take advantage of any slip-ups earlier in the day.
Oh, one more hit. What's it going to be?
Oh! An outside bet on 9 points. They take on Epsilon, who have Prophecy breathing down their necks and need a big win to guarantee their playoff place. Prophecy lie in 5th on 10 points. They take on Excel, who are already safe. Endpoint are current in the 4th spot, but only by the slimmest of margins. Can they cling on? A win against Infuse would guarantee their progress. The race for the playoffs is well and truly on.
So that was how things stood at the beginning of play today, but we've had some amazing action all evening, and here are some of the highlights. Our first match of the night was Team MVS versus Epsilon.
He needs to use it. He has to now.
And Leo again. No!
Oh, okay, and Joker takes it. What's it going to be? Demon Flip!
A hard-fought match, ending 3-1 to NVS. Our match 2 was Team Infuse versus Reason Gaming, with Reason looking for their first win.
All but lost it for Nashor.
That might be it. Oh! He can come back from this. He can come back from this.
He definitely can.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Yeah,
That's it. Night-night, gentlemen. Oh.
Sadly, the wait continues as Infuse won 3-0. Match 3 was Method versus Endpoint.
I don't think he'll survive that.
Wow.
Oh, get the win! He's back! Oh,
With a 3-0 win to Method, Endpoint are out of the playoffs. Look at this. We got cameras on cameras. Look at that. We saw dabs earlier, but that is the Gfinity audience there. Oh! That's what we're talking about. Listen, it's been a lively day, and here to help me pick my way through everything that happens in the action today, I got Tyrant and I got Jammers. Gentlemen, we've been treated to some great action and a team knocked out from playoff contention, haven't we?
For sure. Gourmet games, scintillating performances. They've been here, and there's one more game to top it off.
Oh, when you say gourmet, it gets me hungry again. Listen, Tyrant, it was amazing. We watched some fantastic performances, especially at the beginning, MVS, and some great pop-offs, which I'm sure we'll see again tonight.
Yeah, for sure. MVS ecstatic to be in the contention for the playoffs. I mean, they're not confirmed just yet. That's all riding on this one coming up. If Prophecy can win this one, then MVS will drop down and not be in contention for that top 4 position.
Well, it all moved around, and on that table, if we have a look at it right now, you can see that Infused with their win today, 3-0, very, very comfortable. That's a polite way of putting it, against Reason. Puts them on the top. Then you've got Excel, who are about to play, but they're assured of that playoff place. Then Epsilon, today, they lost, but they're okay there.
It was safe.
And then it's really, as you can see, that pink line between Team Envious and Prophecy. And Team Envious really did come today in the first match, and they made it 4 wins in a row. And that's the sort of form that we'd have expected of them, and they finally delivered it sort of late in the Elite Series.
Well, this is the thing. They didn't have any other objective other than, right, enough fooling around. let's like earn our money's worth here. Let's actually do what we're supposed to do from the start, which is win. And there was more pressure riding on this because they could jump into the qualification spot. And like I said, the destiny was out of their hands. So they're banking on the other teams. One of them's already lost, and that's Endpoint. So now they're literally glaring at Prophecy.
Is the maths like this, Tyrant? It goes, bigger the pressure, the bigger the pop-off. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Normally that's how it works. Once you get that win that you really need to get, it's such a weight off your shoulders, and you just feel like that's the best way to release it. It's just a pop-off, celebrate, and just show your passion for the game.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of players that are stuck around in the Gfinity arena. They've got homes to go to, but they're sticking around to see whether they are going to be coming back next week to play in the playoffs. Envious need to get this win, obviously, and Excel aren't going to roll over, are they?
No. Excel have come here to do a job. They're not even trying to gatekeep. They're trying to literally do what they've done for the past several weeks. It's like, look, go in, we're here to win. We've got a strong team, strong individual players. This game is just another game. We can bank another 3 points here against Prophecy.
And Tyrant, I mean, explain gatekeeping for everybody's view.
So that basically means that when you've got nothing to lose, you want to prevent the opponent from gaining something.
Yep.
So, for example, XL here already qualified. They want to win because they want the #1 seed at the top of the leaderboard, so they get the best possible matchup in the playoffs. But Prophecy need to win this or they're out. This is do or die for them.
I mean, and if Excel win tonight, they go top spot, and that's going to really help them in the playoffs because they will get supposedly an easier matchup.
Yeah. So I think that I'm not sure how it's going to work exactly, but normally the higher you are. In that top 4, you face the one at the bottom. So
it should be first place taking on fourth. So that means they'll get Team Envious if they win today against Prophecy.
Yeah. I mean, XL they want to solidify that, and they've got just a juggernaut team here today. So many strong players on their side. It's going to be tough for Prophecy, but
then the thing is, Prophecy brought out their big guns as
did,
well. I saw this lineup and I said, right. Because they know they need to win. Their back's against the wall. Losing is not an option. They've got to do this.
Just being confirmed on that the sort of lineup at the moment in the standings. If Excel finish top, they will take on actually third place, which will be Epsilon.
Okay.
And coming off the back of a loss today, I think you would want to take them on next week, as opposed to taking on that winning team, the Envious.
Yeah. So that's going to be a tough one there. I mean, regardless of what way you look at it, all the 4 teams that got into that position are there for a reason.
Yeah.
They're there because they're the best in the league. And I'm just excited to see how this all plays out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I don't want to put you on the spot early on, but I kind of do at the same time because it makes for good viewing. Who is going to win this and why, Jammers?
I want Prophecy to win because I just want them to defy what everyone's expecting. It's like, oh yeah, XL can walk through this, and then it's like, it'll just be easy pickings for them. It's like, no, I want Prophecy to win. They can get in, just make a whole bunch of noise and go, right, we proved you wrong, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's
and what about yourself, Tyrone? So Jammers is going with his heart, what he wants.
It's what I want, what I need.
What you want, you don't always get.
Yeah, well, I want a Ferrari, but...
Yeah, well, we can work out. I think there's a Lamborghini at the back. We can sort that out for you, bro.
I'll take that instead.
Well, I was talking to Real Menace before this game, actually, and he said to me that he's very nervous because they have such strong players on the other side, and to be honest, he didn't sound all that confident. I'm going to have to go with the realistic approach. I'm going to go with XL.
Okay, all right, XL, so divided on the fence. Right, we asked everybody earlier on today who you thought was going to make that final playoff spot. We asked you to get in touch, to tweet us at Gfinity and use a hashtag of Elite Series. So everyone thought that Envious would do it with 73%. What do you think about that? 13% thinking Prophecy. The unlucky number comes up for them. Is that going to bit of juju for them? And what's going to happen?
I think Envious paid a couple people.
Yeah, okay.
To get their votes in. But hey, look, things could be on their favour. The stars could align tonight and they could be comfortable. Because remember, they're going to be glaring at this match. They're going to be paying specific attention to all the blunders that Prophecy make.
I think it's hard just to not get behind the pop-offs from Envious, man. Those guys are the most...
They want a pop-off next week.
last week, they're the most animated team here in the Elite Series.
Charismatic, boisterous, they're there.
And it's hard not to get behind them,
Okay, well, what was just been happening is the coin toss, and a lot's riding on Prophecy to get this on the picks earlier on that happened. As you can see, all of the lads, they look like an incredible boy band, and I love that about them.
XL look like killers. It's like, I don't care what you're doing, we've come here to play.
Yeah, this is the best breakdancing crew I have ever seen, and I can't wait for them to happen.
Prophecy just look like, it's like, can we get this game over and done with already?
I know, but I saw Shivyukin in the middle, on the right, with an incredible leather jacket, which I'm very, very...
Apparently he has the worst dress sense. Real Menace told him that.
No, surely not. But listen, so the picks will come in. You will try and play your strengths of the character that you use against someone else. But when they come in, who will the likes of Real Menace want to avoid with his character?
So Menace told me that he really wants to avoid Infectious, because Infectious played him last week at Versus Fighting, and he actually, you know how last week he went to Abigail and like trolled everyone, and then like went off of him on the character select. At Versus Fighting, he picked Abigail.
He nearly double perfected
for Real Menace specifically, because he plays Balrog, and he picked him to pieces.
Okay, and then Abigail's a new character if you're new to this. So none of the pros are quite using Abigail yet.
You could see the lack of matchup experience on Real Menace's end, because everything that Infectious done, it was like, whoa. And even Real Menace was bewildered as what was going on, because he just doesn't know the matchup. And if that encounters again, then hopefully he's done a bit of homework.
Well, I can be told right now, matchup 1 is Real Menace versus Hurricane. And Hurricane is coming off the back of the Versus Fighting 2017 competition that took place in Birmingham, where he finished 3rd.
He did really well.
Very well, and he's been in some great form. As you can see, the RW bar there in green at the top, 15 rounds won. He's really come into the Elite Series, and he's upped his game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the strongest players in the UK, without a doubt. Very, very aggressive style, but he does know when to sit back and take his time as well. So that's what makes him one of the strongest players for sure. Very, very scary.
Okay, and there it is.
This is an interesting one.
Okay.
I know these two play online. I don't think I've seen them encounter each other in a high-octane environment like this. So that would be interesting. I think Shiv has the best mentality for first to ones.
Oh, he loves a pop-off. I really want to see him have the pop-off. But Brian as well, not in the best form at the moment. He started well in the Elite Series.
But this makes it even more imperative towards his team, because now they need that win for the top seed.
Oh, I love it. When you throw out the word imperative, that gets me excited about the 3rd matchup, because anything could happen there with Akainu versus Infectious. Infectious did very well in the competition as well.
These two actually played in top 8 of Versus Fighting, and Infectious beat him that time. So Akainu, hopefully he's gone back, watched the game back, and spotted some things that he can do against Infectious, because he's not an easy opponent to prepare for by any means.
Yeah, and if it goes that distance, because it is a best of 5, if it goes to match 4, it'll be Shivyukin versus Brian, which is a repeat of the 2nd matchup, and match 5 will be Akainu versus Infectious, a repeat of the 3rd one. So there's a lot riding it. There might be a chance for revenge in this.
I reckon they can do it, because like a couple of weeks back, Prophecy went up against Method, and everybody thought Method would win, but then Prophecy came out on top. And I'm kind of envisioning the same thing here. It could happen. There's a slither of a possibility, but it doesn't rule out that there's a possibility. So they could do it.
Okay, well, listen, if you are new to the Elite Series, then what we do is we welcome out the players so you can see the excitement, the sort of the talk in their face that they have got. So we're going to welcome them out right now to the Gfinity Arena stage. So please welcome the players. Shivyukin, Akainu, Real Menace, for Prophecy, and for Excel, we've got Brian, Hurricane, and Infectious. Listen, here they are. I was getting quite excited about this because I'm going to come to Excel because the pressure is on Prophecy right now. Infectious, how are you feeling going into this match? You've already got that playoff spot, but you're looking to go top, right?
Yeah, we're hoping to take top of the leaderboard and make our life as stressless as possible.
Okay, I like that. So he's trying to look at get his life quite stress-free at the moment. How are you feeling about this, okay?
I feel good. I'm ready.
He's ready for this.
Yes.
Shiv, you were looking, pacing around. Oh, look at that. Someone's dropped a little sweet. We don't need that. Listen, Shiv, how are you feeling about this? It's still flinging around there, yeah. There's a rainbow there because they were Skittles. So are you expecting a rainbow at the end of this?
It would be great. I'm not going to say anything before,
Yeah.
not jinxing anything, but I'm hoping we can do it.
Okay, and the lucky pendant is being worn.
Of
ready.
course.
Okay.
Of course.
Oh, beautiful. Listen, I got to ask, Real Menace. I've heard you've got some dance moves on you. Are there going to be some pop-offs at the end of this?
We'll see if we can win.
Okay, we'll see. That almost sounded French, okay, no. We'll see, French?
On va voir.
Okay, there we go. That's, we'll take that. Brian, a little bit of form that you want to get into this last match. It's a big game. Are you going to be bringing the A game today?
Yeah, man, we're ready.
Okay.
So, just time to do it.
And this man, congratulations on finishing third in that competition. A man of few words, but you leave the talking up there when you start fighting. Are we going to see the best of Hurricane tonight?
Are we playing tonight?
I love him. Listen.
I would do.
Listen, these guys need to get ready. I'm going to let them start walking that way and take it to their stairs. They can go right now because we'll take a little moment right now where we can just relax a little bit and get ready for this awesome playoff match.
We are in the arena tonight, and honestly, it is the first time that I felt truly nervous. I know I've said I've been nervous a couple of weeks, but I probably was lying. Today has been intense. Kefta Rose, can you feel the atmosphere?
Yeah, it's very intense. I think this week is more exciting because it's decisive for many teams. So it's very interesting.
We've had a lot of sort of emotional people earlier on this evening, and it's been quite difficult. I mean, I'm always up there doing the loser interviews, but we're sat here. We're going to watch this final match today. What are your predictions?
I think Excel are favorite, but Prophecy can show very good level, and they can still do it.
All right. Well, over this side, Gunslinger. One of my favourite. Just look at you, just so cool today. Now, I feel like the whole family is in the building today, and we're watching this final match. You just heard what Kefta Rose had to say about it. What are your predictions?
I think XL should win, definitely. You know, they're all similar with each other. They play online a lot together and stuff, but I think XL should definitely win.
Now, Shax, what's you thinking the same? I feel like this is kind of unanimous right now, but...
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, XL, most of their players there just have a lot more experience over the Prophecy team in general, so I definitely think they have the upper hand in this.
Now, I want to talk about the rankings and the table right now because, you know, as Kefta just said, people are on their final legs. They're going home. Yeah. But going into the next season, do you feel like people are going to try different tactics?
Yeah, I think next season's going to be first to two, so it'll be completely different. It's going to be a whole different season compared to this season, so we'll just see how it goes from there.
You got a different approach for next season?
Yeah, the approach will be different because, like I said, if it's going to be first to two, everyone's approach will be different.
Mm-hmm. Now, Kefta, do you see anyone on this lineup for the next two games to be a real threat?
For our team, you mean?
Yeah.
No.
I love that. I love that.
We beat XL in the pools. We beat also Infused. We are very confident, and our boy Takamura is getting ready. He's playing very much. He's giving all he can. We are ready, and we want to win the whole thing.
Oh, look at that. You hear that confidence? I love that Gunslinger was like looking into his eyes like, all right, I hear what you've got to say. Now, Gunslinger, you have been MVP before in this Elite Series. Is there anyone on this lineup today that is going to be MVP, do you reckon?
I don't know what game 4 or 5 is, but...
I think maybe Infectious.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think if XL will put Infectious on.
Right then, welcome back to the final match of the day, and one that will finally reveal our semi-finalists. So a lot riding on this, and it's going to be epic. We've still got some of the players over there who are going to be cheering them on, but two guys who are going to be commentating for us, F-Word and Sengan. They're wearing black today. Is that because, you know, someone's going to not be getting through to the playoffs? It's almost like a funeral-esque.
100%.
Yeah. It's going to be a graveyard for someone tonight, and we're not going to let them hear the end of it because, you know, as Tom, we like to rub it in when
definitely so.
When the losers are confirmed. Mate. So expecting to see a very, very interesting result. Everyone's rooting for Excel, Sengan.
Well, there's a reason. There's logic behind it. They have been the strongest players and the strongest team here.
Shivyukin.
Real Menace.
Real Menace.
They've got a decent team.
They're a decent team. I mean, should we be writing them off this easily?
No.
And we have seen it. It's not like they're unbeaten for the whole season. We've seen them lose. Just like Kev Thoreau's just pointed out, Epsilon gave them a bit of a beating earlier in the season. They're not invincible.
Well, I think Prophecy is a kind of similar situation as Envious, that they started off weak and all of a sudden have just exploded. So you can't just say, yeah, XL hands down.
That's where I stand on it.
So, gentlemen, we've seen some great pop-offs today. Are we going to get that real passion when they pop off and they celebrate that win today? Are we going to get that from Prophecy?
100%. Everyone's doubting them, right? Everyone's is saying that this is going to be a 3-0 sweep. Or not 3-0 sweep, but they're not making it into the playoffs. So if they do make it into the playoffs, especially by beating XL to do it, you're going to see a lot of emotions.
And also, we saw Shivyukin with a humongous pop-off just a few weeks ago, so they're capable of it. They're capable.
And of course, I've heard Real Menace has got some moves, but some of the best pop-offs came from today. I mean, look at Comps as well. That was a well-planned routine. I mean, what can you do? And then celebrating there.
They're popping off when they're
because essentially that's what it means to Comps and the Envious boys. Because at the beginning of the day, if they didn't get that win, they could have been out of the playoffs. But right now, they are back in with contention if Prophecy don't win today. But listen, gentlemen, I'll leave it in your capable hands. Lovely to have you on board. This is going to be a good one.
100%.
Thank you, Tom.
100%.
Thank you so much. I tell you, he couldn't have said it better. What it means to these guys truly emphasised in that pick there, Sengan. But it's been like 10 weeks or so, 7 weeks at least, of these guys battling out. Envious on 0 points at one point, winning 4 weeks straight to stay alive. Now they need one result to go their way tonight. They need Prophecy to lose, and they have qualified. I mean, a bit of a dream comeback when you look at it like that.
100%, 100%. Let's see if everyone's read their scripts and knows their role. But Prophecy definitely aren't going to take this. You know, they're going to go out throwing punches if they were to lose.
Well, that's the thing. The good thing for them is that from the start of the day, it was in their hands.
Yeah.
And it's still in their hands. If they can win this match against arguably the most informed team, if they can win this match, they've qualified. And that's the bottom line.
That's a bit of an interesting pick here between Real Menace Boxer and Hurricane Cammy. Both of these players both think that the other character wins the matchup.
Oh, really?
So
Real Menace feels like Boxer wins?
No, Real Menace feels like Cammy wins.
Okay.
And Hurricane feels like Boxer wins.
Okay.
Obviously because Boxer does such big damage and Cammy has such little health. But we're going to see how these guys approach it. Real Menace obviously has a very slow approach to the game and very defensive.
Love this
Could be playing into Hurricane's hands here. Tried to whiff punish the straight away.
Yeah, he is very patient, Real Menace. Likes to sit back and bide his time. Employing a little craziness, might go far in a first to one set. Straight away with the V reversal there, not letting him get any momentum. Beautiful anti-air angle there. Real Menace starting strong.
Yeah, there's
jab check.
Slow gameplay that we're used to seeing Real Menace, the defensive game style.
Oh, don't with jabs.
Hurricane gets into the corner.
It's turned everything around, eh?
Throw happy.
Big danger.
A throw again.
Stun racking up.
Done. Oh, checks the dash.
He needed that.
No punish there from Hurricane, but he still has the life lead all of a sudden.
Great patient blocking there from... Oh, it's opened up this time though. Stayed in front. More pressure. Look at this pressure here from Hurricane.
Wow, the defense from Real Menace though. V reversal. Back in the corner does Real Menace go.
He's got the meter to do tons of damage here to win the round. Oh. It's opened up. Oh, good block.
Manages to block. He's got one more.
Still has just under half featuring a step. It's coming towards the corner here. Oh, missed the anti-air.
Oh, the block! No punish! Oh,
bro.
Oh my goodness, Hurricane. Playing with his food there. Manages to stay in there and take the first round.
Hurricane so confident he's blocking there. Just stood in the pocket of Boxer's danger zone. Was able to ride it out.
Very nice conversion there from...
Oh my days, what a round for Menace. Going for max damage here. Needs to close this out now.
Doesn't use meter. Oh, the mistimed meaty. That's very bad situation here for Real Menace.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, no punish. Hurricane.
Another throw. The stun racking up here.
Drills in. Oh,
trying to back us down.
Oh, he opened up.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's got the critical art!
Oh
And
my
that is
God!
it. 1-0.
Continues his absolute onslaught here at the Elite Series.
The hitman, that is Hurricane, turns up to work.
Give him was that one mistake in the corner, and it all turned around.
Absolutely amazing. This guy is the hitman of XL, right? He comes up every day to work, puts another body in the bag, and then moves on. Very, very reliable, and very I know that people like Brian and Infectious would sit there and be like, if anyone wants to go first, we're happy to put up Hurricane.
Yeah,
he's very confident young lad.
He's always in the zone. He looked unstoppable at the weekend just passed as well in a recent CPT event. Just continuing that form here. I mean, that block on the overhead. How confident was he to just stand in that position?
Yeah, very
that
much
box
so.
of pressure.
And then of course the
round that was looking so bad for him.
Yeah, just mistimed the meaty.
Yeah.
Did real menace, and all of a sudden that momentum shifted when he got thrown back into the corner, and he wasn't able
little margin for error in this game, Sengan.
To hold it together. And there, of course, you see the representative there from Prophecy. He's looking for Prophecy to clutch out here and get to the playoffs and go a bit further.
He's probably the only person in the crowd rooting for Prophecy, because a lot of the guys in the crowd are obviously here with Team Envious.
Yep.
And those guys, that's another thing Prophecy's got to look out for, is the crowd's going to be rooting against them here, because everyone wants Team Envious to qualify. And for that to happen, Prophecy need to lose.
Of course, you've got the emotion man, Shivryukin himself, going up against Brian now. Mr. Grease Lightning with that leather jacket backstage.
Yeah, he's had a decent run of form, Shivryukin. We'll see what he can do against Brian. Brian has been on fire, though, outside of this event in recent weeks. So, you know, we expect him to continue that here. Nevertheless, in a one-game set, Laura's probably been the most scary character in the series so far. I mean, I think in any situation, if you're up against Laura in one game, you're in big trouble. You really need to pick your bets very carefully.
We did see this earlier on today with Leo versus Kefteros. Leo, of course, getting the better of Kefteros. So let's see if Shivryukin can emulate that here now. He needs to make it 1-1, because, of course, going down 0-2.
Yes, good point. We did see this exact matchup earlier, Sengan. It'll be interesting to see what the approach will be like from Brian. He can do a bit better than Kefta Rose did earlier.
Brian, lad. She's like cack.
Brian from Scotland, representing. All right, here we go.
Round 1.
Looking to prevent
Fight.
Team XL from going 2-0 up here is Shivryukin. To keep Prophecy in it. On the left, he's Laura.
They're both not doing anything, just dancing, full screen.
Very patient start, but both go in at the same time.
Oh, the check.
Beautiful interruption.
Very nice. Shivryukin, oh,
Too
just
far away.
applied.
No punish. Just backdashing out of that hurricane pressure.
Very smart there from Shivryukin.
Nice escape from the corner. Well-timed forward jump.
Clear that Shivryukin has done the matchup research. Brian managed to get out with a V reversal.
It's a good start from Shivryukin.
Oh, very good start. He's in control all of a sudden. It's normally Scrappy versus Rashid.
Yeah, and got out of the corner just when Brian was able to put him there. Those projectiles in neutral have been really useful.
Yeah, I'm loving this approach.
Backdashes out of the throw. All the right choices so far from Shivryukin. It's the slowest, most competent Laura performance I've seen in a long time. When she wins, she mauls you. Shivryukin showing she can be played another way, but have I spoken too soon there, Sengan?
Here we go, Brian's trying to get the momentum rolling, trying to get the engine going. Another V reversal, this time punishes it with the throw.
Bringing this round back, great jump timing.
V-trigger activation, can he block this? Yeah, does.
Really dealt with that well. Shivryukin so patient, another fireball connects. Spinning mixer, 20 seconds on the clock. Button connected.
In
Brian,
the corner.
close this out.
Oh, the tech.
Needs to activate.
Oh, no.
That's it. Oh my days, Shivryukin just a bit too patient there. Great stage, he surely just needed to get that V-trigger on the cards.
Yeah, it was just a bit further outside the stand medium kick range. You could see he was hesitant. Great conversion there from Brian again.
Love that juggle there. Has a corner. Wow, Brian with the one-game tactics.
Going for the juggler now is Brian, but the EX command grab. All of a sudden, this could turn around. Shivryukin with the meaty. Gets it. Same situation. Great backdash out from Brian.
Yeah, still close to the corner here, and in the corner straight away. It's exactly the position Shivs doesn't want to be in. Anti-air media punch doesn't work out, but she's out of there at least. Brian keeps the pressure going.
Still has that V-trigger, does both characters. Laura can start the party at any moment. Has to respect this here.
They need Shivryukin to survive this somehow.
Dash speed.
Oh, my days, good
great block.
Activation.
No V-reversal. Brian has to stay in the corner here. Chooses to pull out. Oh no, the overhead.
Just about survives.
He's still in it.
Oh, beautiful decision from Brian.
Brilliant, brilliant stuff.
Closes it out.
I wasn't even thinking about the critical art.
Same, I completely forgot he could chip there. Lucky Brian didn't. What a decision. What an efficient round that was, that second one. After such a solid start from Shiv, Brian just weathered that storm, came back into it, and took complete control. That's unfortunate for Shivs and unfortunate for Prophecy. They are now 0-2 down.
Yep, standing on the precipice of getting knocked out of the whole shebang. But let's have a little look at the replay here. I mean, Shiv, he had such a good game plan. I really did like it.
Looked really good that first round. Here, I just feel like he waited too long.
Too long, yeah.
I mean, you're scared of Rashid's buttons, but you just need to get it activated there if you're the Laura player.
And then, of course, you can see that meter just built up there for the critical arts.
Beautiful play from Brian. Great meter management.
Stuff, yeah. And unfortunately, that is 0-2 now for
Look at that. Envious. Over the moon with that. All going according to plan so far.
Yep.
All of the hopes of Prophecy qualifying now lying on the shoulders of Akainu.
Well, it's the two aces in the hole, right? You've got Akainu versus Infectious. You could probably see that Prophecy won the toying cost because Guile is a great character for either of Infectious's characters like Zangief and Abigail. However, Infectious does play Nakali.
He does.
And Infectious does normally get the better of Akainu when they play in that matchup. So it'll be interesting to see whether everyone was saying he's going to pick Abigail, but he might not. He might pick Nakali here.
Yeah. Those of you guys who aren't familiar, Abigail is a new character to Street Fighter. Very exciting, very scary, touch you once and kill you character in the game. And Infectious has been spending the last few weeks mastering that character. It'll be interesting to see if he picks him against Guile, because when I asked him, what's the hard matchup for Abigail, he said he honestly doesn't feel like he has any really hard matchups.
Yeah. Well, I
would
mean,
have thought Guile was.
If the benefit of having Abigail's such high damage output is the fact that his V-trigger is so amazing, right? And it's only 2 bars.
Oh, my God.
So if you deal damage to a character that has 1,100 health, he's getting his V-trigger twice.
Yeah.
You're definitely getting put in a situation where it's guess for game multiple times.
And his V-trigger resource is so useful because even if he does a V-reversal on you, the reward he gets if that hits is just frightening. You know? It's not many characters have that.
We're just going to throw over to Yasmin to see what the Team Envious comps and Joker is feeling.
They must be loving it right now. They must be loving it.
Yeah, I think they are loving it. I think, look, hands being rubbed over here, what is that? I don't even know what that is. There's been a lot of mention of pop-offs. That could be one of them. What's this? I don't know what. Voguing. Comps. How are we feeling? Because this is nail-biting stuff right now.
I expected XL to win on paper. It's just that they're doing us a huge favor right now. So just keep it up. Infectious, if you can hear me, win. Yeah.
Any other message for them guys up there?
I've got no doubt that the robot's going to win, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I'm really happy about...
What's the robot? Come on, you've mentioned...
JPEG, robot, Infectious. Right. He has, like... He's just... Right now, when he's looking at the screen, he's seeing 0-1s. Like, he's just so programmed to just win. He's inhuman. Yeah.
Now, this has been like we're getting towards the end of everything now. I've been asking them, we're sort of like talking to people. If you had one word to sum this experience up, what would you choose?
One word.
Pressure.
Scintillating.
What? Do you know what? I'm not even going to ask you, Comps, what the word is, because that's a mic drop moment. Yeah, you just leave now. You just leave. No, honestly. We need to see this game. Let's get out.
Oh, my goodness. Very, very strong words there.
Brilliant choice of word there, Joke.
Brilliant choice.
Fantastic.
Let's see if Infectious is going to pick Abigail or Nakali. I believe, he is hovering over Nakali.
Makes sense. Why take the risk, right? I mean,
it's all
if you've got a character that maybe has an advantage, if he feels like Abigail does okay against Guile, why not pick someone who you feel like has a slight advantage against Guile, potentially?
Now, let's see if Akainu has done his research and done his homework.
I'll tell you one thing about Akainu. He really does thrive under the pressure.
He does?
He gets in these scenarios, in tournaments, in situations like this. He saved his team before and kept him in it. I expect him... This won't be easy for Infectious. This will be no walk in the park. And he's chucking them straight away.
Yeah, definitely
Moves
wants
on the
to
screen.
stay away from the corner. Does Akainu. Infectious.
Infectious, one of the only guys in the world I see confidently neutral jump that slow sonic boom 100%. Every time.
Yeah. They normally land on it, right? And he's just stalking them down is Infectious. So scary to fight against.
Worried about that one jump.
Look at the spacing here, it's beautiful.
Such a good start from Akainu, but it doesn't mean much as he loses ground. And Akali's V-trigger just builds up.
Infectious just staying at that sweet spot where he can sweep a V-skill and he can
Booms
whip
have been
punish.
seized. Doesn't want to throw him anymore. There's one.
All of a sudden,
So worried about the jump. Oh, gets away with the jumping on Infectious.
Yeah, surprised he didn't anti-air. Akainu, big health lead here. Looking
jumps
good.
again.
Jump again and it worked. Wow, Infectious sleeping at the wheel. But here we go.
Up though. Corner carry with that too. Oh my days, what a bet. What a bet from Akainu. That's come off. Throw Infectious off and the dash throw catches him out. What did I tell you?
He's up the first round.
And look at the look on it. Akainu's face. He is in the zone right now. Infectious, as always, unfazed.
Studying the binary code is Infectious. Trying to figure out what went wrong. A couple of missed anti-airs and didn't check the dash afterwards. So smart from Akainu.
Really clever to go in there after that flash kick worked. Just when Infectious thought his patience paid off. What a jump.
To the
in the corner now.
Oh, the
fake Infectious. This round going the complete opposite direction. Two bad moves and all of a sudden Infectious looking to close this out.
Gets the reset. No, takes the damage. Oh, no. He was holding up.
Wow.
Scared of the command grab.
Get to see the best of both worlds in those 2 rounds there, Sengan. It is set point XL.
This is
Prophecy this round to stay in the series. Gets away with another jump in.
All of a sudden going a bit more aggressive and chucking a bit more booms as Akainu. Does have the meter to do so as well, so Infectious can't just brazenly walk forward in case the EX comes out. Great neutral jump.
So patient, Infectious. Hasn't even taken a hit yet. Gets in. Well tech by Akainu. First attack after 75 seconds on the clock remaining. Unbelievable patience from both these players.
Slowly poking away.
Bad fireball.
Jump in. He has critical art. Misses the combo. Akainu.
Yeah, he can't make any mistakes now.
Holding on to the fight. Another jump in there, Floyd. What is going on? No anti-airs from Infectious. Just so focused on the floor.
Oh, Akainu's in big danger here. He can't get hit.
Oh,
no critical art is stuck up. Infectious looking to send Prophecy out of the event. Throw connects. This could be the end.
Puts him in block stun. Oh, what a reaction.
Swing to work with now.
He's got V-trigger as well, F1. This is very bad.
Sonic booming though. Gets thrown. Might get critical arted.
Can't throw a boom here in case of the critical art.
Good jump from Infectious. That's it. He's done it. It's the end for Prophecy. XL top the table. Team Envious qualify. What a result.
So happy, licking his lips, and unfortunately didn't have the mustard to pull through. Did Akainu. Great stuff there from Team XL. Very dominant and finish at the top of the table going into the playoffs here.
Such a clever strategy there from Infectious. He knew throughout that set that once he gets the critical art, the booms are going to have to stop. And he used that to his advantage, walked his opponent into the corner, forced Akainu to make the errors. Really impressed with his strategy. And that wasn't even worried about losing that round because he knew as soon as I get that critical art, my opponent's whole game plan changes. Beautiful play from Infectious.
Just standing outside of that V-skill range, so amazing. That's very hard to do, to space yourself that well against Guile, who keeps on chucking booms, doing forward fierce, all of those command normals. Here you see that's such a dominant round from Infectious to come back.
Yeah, goes for the meaty there, having baited out the flash kick earlier.
And then there, the double jump gets in critical art to finish it. XL win 3-0, and that is Envious into the playoffs. Can you imagine?
They would have started on the lowest point at the start of the day.
0 points.
Unbelievable.
And all of a sudden they're in the playoffs. Just shows how it's all up in the air here.
And arguably the team in the best form right now too.
Yeah, 100%. So 4 wins in a row. We're going to send over to Tom. What did you think about that, mate?
Fantastic match. I tell you what, saving kind of the best till last. Infectious, calm, measured, getting that win at the end. There was hope for a second, wasn't there, with Akainu? Second, and even the manager, the coach for Prophecy, just watching him. I ended up watching his reactions because just to know what was going on, it was a really tense game.
You know what? I love the way, because Shoyu Sengun said it earlier as well, I love the way Infectious was spacing himself against Guile, because not many people can do that and be confident in staying at that range. Because one thing about Infectious, when he has critical art on deck, that's all he's looking for. Yeah. And you know that as well, so you don't want to do anything, and then he's going to start walking up to you and throwing you, and then you forget what's going on, and then the round ends with the CA. And it's like, I forgot that's what he was looking for in the first place.
Yeah, I have to say, I was watching the players' reaction before they begin to play or take on the battle. They didn't, at times, look that confident, Prophecy. Almost like they didn't look like they believed in themselves at times.
Yeah, it feels like that's been the tale of the tape today. A lot of the people, a lot of the players, that have been perhaps on the verge of qualification have maybe overthought it, and maybe that pressure got to them because they played a lot more solid in the previous weeks. And I look at Team Method, the team that hasn't been having the greatest luck past few weeks. You know, they were out of qualification and they played on fire. So I feel like that definitely played a big factor into that.
Yeah, and Infectious said he was confident when I chatted to him before they took their places in the hot seats, as it were. They looked confident and they delivered. I mean, and that's the bottom of the line, and they finished top of the table now.
Well, you could see the disparity between the teams. Like, Prophecy looked defeated before they started. Now, if you're looking defeated before you started, then mentally you've lost, so you're not going to win. Excel, they were just brimming with confidence, like, look, standard J job, we've got this, we can get top seed. So you could see it in their demeanour of their bodies as well. They've done it.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the table, it's very exciting because at the top you have now Excel with 19 points. I mean, let's ignore the points for a second because it doesn't matter really. You've got Excel at the top. They will be taking on third place Epsilon and Team Infused, who got that win today, and we heard from Gunslinger earlier on, a very happy team. They'll be taking on Envious. Now, so that'll be the matchups. Let's have a think about that. What do you see happening with those formalities? The formalities for either team or a win, easy wins?
Well, there is the, wow. So Excel and Epsilon, who I feel were definitely two of the top teams in this.
Yeah, top dogs.
Top dogs, for sure. Will be taking on each other there. That's going to be a tough one to call. And Team Infused and Envious. So, God, man, that's just the best of the best, really. I have to say, I definitely feel like they're the rightful top four for this league, without a doubt. Yeah. And I'm just looking forward to seeing them go at it.
I'm curious to see who Infused and Envious pick to go against each other, sort of thing, because they've got like a decent lineup across the board. And we've said this before, myself and Tyrant, that Infused have a well-balanced team, so they could put anyone out there and Envious will be scared of them, just all of their players.
Now, here's an interesting little fact for you. XL have only lost to one team. Can you name that team?
Isn't it Epsilon?
It was Epsilon, yeah.
Yeah, it was Epsilon.
On the money. And who are they going to be playing in the semi-finals? That's a really exciting match for them. I mean, I'm going to chat to them in just a second when they come down. And I will ask that question to the players, what they think about that.
Wow, what a game that was. Sorry, Rob, just 1 minute. Guys, hey! There we go. I'm doing, join in. I'm a part, okay. Yeah. Here we go. We're celebrating. We're celebrating. Yes, yes. That's it. So it's official now, Comps, right?
Yeah, we've made it. We made it. We lost three weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Came back, won 4 weeks in a row, and we made it.
You are feeling, look at that.
We made it.
We made it. You're feeling confident now. So that Comps that we saw a few weeks ago, I'm sorry, he's back. He's reborn.
I had to bring him back. So I had to, like, you know, put him a bit, make him a bit quiet because everyone was gunning me down. I just lost one game and then I just got shunned for the rest of the tournament. Yeah. But I'm back now, innit? I'm back.
Look at that face. Look at that face. Now, Rob, let's have a chat, okay? Because you've been supporting your team from the beginning, obviously. What was your feeling going into that game just now? Were you feeling confident? Because it doesn't really show in your face.
I mean, we knew it was going to be really hard. It was going to be an uphill battle, like, the whole way through. I thought we'd be able to take the first or maybe the second game there. The third one was, like, the most, like, unlikely one to take. And by that point, I was just like, this is going to be tough. So it's hard, you know. We had a few weeks where it felt like we really should have got those wins, and that let us down, unfortunately. But not everyone can make it, you know. Envious steal that slot from us, which feels a bit rough. But they won that week against us as well, so I guess they deserve it.
Yeah. Now, for people watching at home, just kind of explain what it's like to coach, manage a team in such a huge tournament.
Oh, I mean, it's always tough, no matter the size of the tournament at all. It's always because you know how the players feel. You know, it's every time they lose, you just know how that feels, and there's nothing you can really say there. Like you can't. There's no real way to support that. It's just like that's how it went.
Shake it off.
And no matter the size of the tournament, it always means a lot to them. So you've just got to try and support that as best you can, but it's tough.
Yeah, but you're here to support, and it's been great having you guys. Now on that, we just heard Rob saying how it actually feels. Now going forward, you're in the ranking comps. What is it feeling like? One word, go.
Scintillating, interesting.
Scintillating again. The Elite Series has been wicked. Tonight has been a major. Comps, guys, smashed it. Smashed it.
So here it is then, week 7, the last battle of the qualifiers. Prophecy taking on Excel. Prophecy needed to win. You saw the manager there, Rob, and how disappointed he was. It just fell apart for them, unfortunately, as they lost in the end 3-0. There was a moment right at the end where they could have come back, but unfortunately, the robot Infectious was too strong for them. I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to leave Tyrant and Jammers for just 2 seconds, because for the first time on the Elite Series, I'm going to welcome down not 1, not 2, but 3 of the winning team. I'm going to welcome XL down here and have a little chat with them right now.
Oh, this guy is not.
Okay. Gentlemen, take a seat there. When I say seat, I mean stand there and look very, very confident. You must be feeling very excited. There's some people who've stuck around. You have 2 new fans, I think, in Comps and Joker Jokes. Infectious, there was a moment where it looked like Akainu was going to get the better of you. Did you feel that in any way? Because your face definitely didn't show any emotion.
Sometimes in the matches things can go a bit south, but Akainu's a very strong player, so I always have to recompose myself, even when things are going wrong and I lose a round, to be able to beat him. And he played well. It was a good match, but thankfully, the right result.
Got the job done. You were looking very confident as a team when you came out, and now to finish top, I don't think anyone's congratulated you yet, so congratulations on finishing top of the Elite Series. What that does mean, and I feel I want to put you on the spot, looking forward quickly, you will be taking on Epsilon. Now, if I remember correctly, you've only lost 1 match, and that was against Epsilon 3-2. So what is the mindset for XL now going into that rematch?
It was very unfortunate that we lost that week, and we remember it. Each week we've been reminding ourselves of that. I'll be there the week that we do play them. I wasn't there that time, so hopefully that'll help,
that's the talk.
Shift things. But we're all ready. We're experienced in this format. We're experienced tournaments since the Elite Series, so I'm very confident that we're gonna do the business.
Now, before I come and chat to Brian in a second, you must be well chuffed with these 2 boys for holding up their end of the bargain.
Of course, yeah. They're brilliant players, varied play styles, very intelligent, make good decisions, work well under pressure as well. They've just got all the qualities of the teammates that I would want. So yeah, brilliant.
Well, look, I mean, you can see right now in vision, Hurricane. This is just a moment. He's got stun on board there, and you could have gone easy on him, but you decided, no, I'm gonna go fully all out on this.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have to be messing up with ball rope, because the least mistake you can do with 1 hit, you can literally die in a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
So I have the stun. There's no pity, sorry.
And you must be happy with your performance. You've been on, there's no pity, I like that about you, Hurricane. You must be very excited with your performance, because at the start of the Elite Series, you took a bit of time to warm up, and now you're red hot.
The format is not really that appropriate for all of us.
That means being for the first 2 wins. That's all over.
Luckily for me, I have a very aggressive play style, and I just had to get ready mentally.
Yeah.
Get into it. So I lost the first. I lost the first week.
Yeah.
And
I didn't want to bring it up, but you've brought it up. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately lost the first week. And as I said to Yasmin when I was sitting up there, you're not going to go up there again.
Yeah. I love that about you, Hurricane. You had a word with yourself. You checked yourself and you were like, no, I'm not going up, because there's a lot of stairs up there, isn't there?
There is.
Listen, Brian, I've got to talk to you. Sorry to stand in front of you, Infectious. The thing is, Brian, the form you showed there with Rashid, it looked like that's the Brian we expect to see week in, week out. Is this the form that you're going to take on through now to the semi-finals against Epsilon?
Definitely, yeah. I think that matchup was a bit different because we play each other so much, so it's not your general how you'd expect it to go. But moving forward, yeah, definitely need to keep it up.
And how confident are you, and I'm going to put you on the spot, about winning the whole competition now? It's in your hands, isn't it?
We can definitely do it. We just need to show up on the day. But yeah, if we play our game, I don't have a doubt that we can win the whole thing.
Okay. And listen, gentlemen, you've done an amazing job. Will you celebrate now? Will you go? You have a little team debrief? Chat to Hurricane. We don't want to see you back up there in the losers area. Do you have a debrief now? How do you get yourself ready for the Epsilon match?
We look at their players, look at how they perform throughout the Elite Series and see where we can get the edge, what their weaknesses are. As much as we might be confident beating them, as I always say, you mustn't underestimate your opponents. And they've made it this far, so they're good enough to put on a good fight.
And I know for a fact Infectious is truthful about that, because he's known as the robot for a reason. You're able to work out the strategy you're going to go with. Are you going to be just making notes and passing it to these boys and like, I've done it for you, I've done your homework?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, well listen, gentlemen, congratulations on that win. Right now, Yasmin is up with Real Menace from the losing side, Prophecy.
I am indeed, and I think when it comes to getting people up here, it's a real task. But thanks, Real Menace, for joining me up here. Now that was sort of a game that everyone was really looking forward to tonight, and obviously yourself as well. But I was just speaking to your manager, your coach, Rob. He was talking about going forward in the next season of the Elite Series. What are you going to do differently? Are you going to stick together? What's going to change?
We'll hopefully stick together. It's just the matches that... Well, the problem was we lost early matches, so it kind of came back to bite us. But don't know, next season we'll just hopefully win the matches from early and then not avoid this situation where, you know...
Yeah. I hear that. And now, taken away from what's just happened, really, because I think everyone at home is going to know exactly how you feel. But how has this experience been for you as an individual?
No, it's been good. Like, really excited to be a part of it and looking forward to next season, really.
What are you going to take through now to the next season? As a Street Fighter 5 player yourself, Real Menace, what you taking?
I've got no clue.
He's got no clue. But I think a lot of us have kind of learnt from being a part of this Elite Series and think just a win. Just to win.
Yeah, that's it.
Knock it off, Real. You know what I mean?
Hopefully we'll take it next season. Come back stronger.
All right, Tom, back to you.
Thank you very much. Listen, it's an exciting day, which we had to have some losers out there. I think that's why everyone's wearing black today. I went with blue. I'm like, you know, just like a calm ocean out there for the waves that are coming our way. But unfortunately, we have to lose Prophecy. They will pick themselves up and they will go forward, won't they, from here?
They didn't do bad. They didn't do great. There was a bit of a balance there, but when it came to crunch time, and this was their real test, it's like, look, if you guys are worthy of that qualification spot, beat XL. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. So would there be any chance of like picking up a few extra players potentially, or?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the rosters for season 2 since that's been confirmed now. I'm looking forward to seeing who they decide to keep, who gets drafted new for the team.
I mean, let's go brutal. I mean, it's like American football. They will get cut. Some of these players
cuts, yeah. Absolutely.
It's just how life goes.
It's just how life goes. Don't get deep on me. Don't go deep on this.
If PSG can spend 200 mil on Neymar, I'm sure we can scout a lot of players here and get the right ones in.
Okay, well, it's exciting. So they were kind of playing for a bit of pride and everything. So talking of pride, going forward to the semi-finals and those playoffs, this is how it stands. These are the matchups. Because XL finished top, they play third place Epsilon, and then second place Team Infuse will be taking on fourth place. Now, out of those two matchups, is there an easier one or is there a harder one there?
No, I don't think there's any easy games here, Tom.
None of them are easy.
No, none of them are easy. But for me, after hearing that speech from Infectious about how he's going to look at it all, for me, I feel XL definitely have the advantage. Like, he is just such a scientist, and the way he looks at these things and studies the fighting games is just amazing. Like, this guy, you can pick his brain for hours, and he just comes out with some amazing information. So he's going to go back and really study all the teams, and for me, XL are definitely the favourites.
So you're going to see XL in the final, out of that one with Team Infuse and Envious. And bearing in mind, there's a few Envious boys in the crowd.
There are.
So choose your words carefully.
Yeah.
Who's going to win that one? You know, the confidence of Infuse and someone like Shax, who's the babyface assassin. You've got the gunslinger there using the character Balrog, who's on just in immense form. He had a great sort of put down earlier by talking about Reason, by saying it's going to be a walk in the park. I shouldn't be harsh, but it is Reasons. I mean, that man doesn't muck about. There he is there. Little cheeky wave. That's the best we're going to get from him on that. But he's a calm, measured player.
Yeah.
Are they going to beat Envious?
Listen, Infused have had 3 MVPs from I think, the last 3 weeks. You had Afi, Shax, and then Gunslinger, I believe. So this team is a force to be reckoned with, and they have some very, very strong characters and strong-minded players behind them. But likewise, Envious, the past few weeks, they have been on fire.
Yeah.
So.
But momentum with Envious, though, James?
Well, it will be there because they've just won, and they've definitely got their work cut out for them. But for all of these matches now, every team's got to bring their A game. They've got to bring their best players.
Yeah. I mean, some of the performance, I mean, for Envious today, Comps was fantastic. He lost the first one. A man that gave it all the talk. and then is now beginning to sort of walk the walk. It's a 50-50.
I feel like he's definitely redeemed himself after that first loss to Reversal a few weeks ago. You know, he's turned it around. He got that big win against the Kainu for his team.
And since the win today, it was a win that mattered. It counted. That's what got them in.
I mean, indeed, and because he did lose that first match to Birdie, he won't want to see the repeat of that. Atrosh absolutely annihilated him. But this one, he came back, and it was a very tense match with Rashid, a great character matchup there.
Yeah, so Comps was really good on his offensive pressure. I feel like there was a couple of missed opportunities on there, but he managed to hold it together well and stay confident and strong. So, look at
he literally just waited for Kefteros to come to him.
He was one touch away from losing that round, by the way.
For sure.
Like, his stun was very, very close to being full.
And that's pretty much sums up SF5 in a nutshell. You could be one hit stun away, one stun point away.
And right here, Comps was licking his lips because that is a guaranteed opportunity. And he did the Demon Flip Palm. Kefteros got tagged. And we're going to see a little dance here. The celebration, this is why...
they look like they had to get off their chest.
This is why Team Envious is such fan favourites, man.
But I feel for Layo there because...
I just saw he was just doing this.
Because no one told him the routine. No one told him the routine. Comps, listen, if you're going to get through to the final, I want to see more of a routine and let your other members know what's going on, you know?
Comps, talk to your
That's all he's going to get.
That's it, man. Talk to your boys.
Talk to your boys, man.
Come on. Just even if it's stickmen, just draw it, email it across so we can all... Because Layo's just there just going, this is happening. I've got nothing I can do. But nonetheless, a fantastic performance. And then, so I want to have you on the spot. Who's going to be in that grand final then?
I want to say Infuse and XL. I'm just going to say it now.
Okay, Infuse and XL.
He's thinking about it. I know what he's thinking. He just doesn't want to... He wants to be nice about it.
I think XL and Infused.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go.
You've
heard it from Tyrant and Jammers. Listen, let's have a quick look at the overall franchise table. Obviously, the Elite Series is based over 3 days, and any wins today add to the points in the franchise, which has got the prize pool of £75,000 up for grabs on that. Let's ignore the bottom, but the moving upwards, well, that helps with Epsilon.
So savvy.
I'm not being savvy, I'm just saying, look, we've got to focus on that top 4. It's still to play for with Team Envious, Infused, and Epsilon, and
one's better than 0.
What? But there's a point there, and that's important.
Yeah, it's 1 better than 0.
One. Nah, come on.
What do you want? Okay, no, I'm just going to say this. They underperformed in terms of the Elite Series standard.
Yeah.
They got a point. What do you want me to say?
Well, listen, Jammers, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. So, Jammers, lovely to see you again. Looking forward to the semi-final. And Tyrant, looking forward to seeing you. We will see you back for more Elite Series tomorrow with CSGO. It's been an absolute pleasure. A week till the semi-finals.
What's it going to be? Demon Flip Palm!
Respect it! That's a wrap.
Yeah, this is
That's it. Night, night, gentlemen.
Oh,
no!
I don't think he'll survive that.
Wow.
Oh, my days! It's the end for Prophecy. XL top the table. Team Envious qualify.